Hello and welcome to Say Something with Mads, the youth channel where I invite youth every week from across the globe to come and share their passion, their interest, their opinion, and their perspectives. This channel is open to all the youth who has something to say. Today is a special day. Today I have Hasini Lakshminarayan. Uh, I would call a child prodigy. So I don't know what she has in her. We will explore with Hasini who Hasini actually is. Hi and welcome, Hasini.
Hi, thank you so much for the opportunity, and I'm very privileged to be here. And hi to all the people watching. I hope you're doing good from wherever you are.
Thank you so much. So I will go back a little bit in how I tracked Hasini. I was looking for young change makers whom I should call on my channel, and that's the way I want to pursue them. So Hasini's name came up on LinkedIn on top of the young change makers list who is working so well. And I said, I must have this amazing girl on my channel. And here she is. Talk about Hasini. She has a lot of achievements under her belt, and usually my format is I asked my guest to introduce herself, but today I will do it for her. I will not be able to do justice to what she has done. It will take my whole interview. So, first of all, she has, at the age of 12, she has started a venture called The First Step, about which we will talk later. So, I won't go into that right now. She is the award winner of Young Nutrition Award. She works with government of Tamil Nadu, and I see a lot of her work with the CM of Tamil Nadu and her pictures. I would like to know about that too. She at Work Youth Ideathon, Top 20 Under 20 Influencer Award, Global Kids Achiever Award, Teenpreneur Award, Young Achiever Award, whatnot. And I can go on and on. Hasini, you have to fill up if I've missed out something, but I think through our journey interview, you will know more. And she has done an amazing TED Talk. I will post the link of the TED Talk along with my interview when we publish this, and you all must watch this. It will blow your mind. So once again, welcome.
Thank you so much, and thanks for the compliment. It's just like a proud moment for everyone. So,
Yeah, you
yeah.
deserve it. You deserve it.
Thank you.
You have chosen to speak on a topic of youth empowerment. And
I did.
do you think today's youth are not empowered and they need empowerment? What is why we need to empower youth? We talk about a lot of you started from a very early age, and
Mhm.
take us to the journey of your first venture, the first step, how it came about, and what has changed within you while doing this.
Cool. Yes, youth empowerment is one of my most, favorite or my preferred comfortable topic I would like to address because that's the cause I'm working on. I started first step because I wanted to empower the youth. And coming back to the question, do I feel if the youth is empowered is what do I mean when I say I want to empower the youth is
Yes.
wake up the potential in them and for them to explore in a young age. So that's exactly what I'm trying to do in the first step. I truly believe that youth has so much potential. So why not just boost them up by giving them some motivation that they require by the youth of today who already started their ventures? So if I'm making more sense, what I do is I interview people and we publish them, which in turn turns out to be a motivation for other youths so that they can
Mhm.
start their journeys at a young age. I interview people who've achieved at a young age, that's teens, mostly teens. So I've interviewed about 120 plus people so far, written about them. I've written blogs. I write for the Hindu school paper. If
Oh,
you live in India, Hindu is like a very big newspaper.
I subscribe to
Um,
Hindu, I must say. I don't read any other paper. I'm from Mumbai. There are lots of paper like Times of India and other stuff, but I
uh-huh.
subscribe to Hindu, and I think Hindu is the paper to give if it is a complete package of
Truly,
everything.
truly, truly, truly. So Hindu has this specialized section for youth. So
Mm,
that's kids. So I hold a page in that. So I've been writing for Hindu as well. And apart from this, something new I've been working on in First Step is my e-magazine. So we've been working on this thing called GYM, which is Guiding Young Minds. It's an abbreviation. So it's basically an e-magazine specialized for youth. That's teens and people, that's school-going teens and people who are in college,
mm, mm,
junior college, high school, and all. I mean, there's just so many terms that
mm,
I can go
mm,
on
mm,
explaining about them. So that's currently what I've been working on. And apart from this, we've done a lot of sessions, events, mostly online and offline now currently as we've gone through the pandemic phase and we've moved on. And what I'll most probably do is again work on youth empowerment. I've recruited about 120 people so far. We like a vast community right now. So I'll probably or I will work on just adding more leaves to this big family and
mm.
make it one
That's a
happy
community.
tree and empower the youth.
Correct, correct. I mean, I was also listening to your TED Talk, and I'm sure I will be mentioning this because I heard a very beautiful acronym which you have used. Would you like to share it with our youth quickly? Because the link will already be there. But I
Yes.
found it fascinating that you use that
Thank you.
Parcraft, right?
Yes. So,
So, quickly, what does
my
it mean?
first, yeah, sum it up. I'll sum it up quickly. FURCRAF is basically an acronym which stands for facing criticism, acceptance for A, R for reaching out to new subscribers, C for continuing the motivation, R for revealing stress, A for age barrier, and F again for financial challenges. So you
Mm,
read it backwards and from front, it would, spell and pronounce the same. So it's basically, I came up with this acronym because I was a budding influencer at that point and I was asked to talk about this. So,
mm.
I mean, this is something every influencer and a change maker would go through.
You
That's
know,
the
this one is, I think it's not only for youth, it's for everybody. So those who are in the journey of making something, doing something new on the social media or anywhere else, you are going to face all these challenges which you have named, come whatever, whichever age. But for teens, it's a added stress of, as you said, about living up to certain expectations, about the social media images. Also, a lot of things I wanted to ask you is, there are a lot of, no, this is a great, I would love to know this because young people get diverted. Their minds are not focused on anything. You have to do so many things. You have to be so seen at so many places. You have to tick mark so many things. Oh, I achieved this. Also, a lot of pressure on, I want to be like this. I want to look like this. I have to eat like this. There are a lot of other pressures. You will be burdened with expectations when you are teen a lot. And especially for the person like you who has achieved, people will say constantly under focus. Like, what is she doing now? Is she doing well? Is she not? How do you handle this? And what keeps you motivated every day to reinvent yourself and do something and not get very complacent about, okay, I've achieved. Now I will be like any other teen. Let me enjoy. Let me just, this is too much of time consuming thing. I will be like other carefree people. What is it that goes on your mind to keep you motivated?
it's pretty simple. I stick to this. I am doing what I love, what gives me happiness, and what puts my mind away from things. So, nevertheless, there's not much to worry if I am going to focus on what others are going to think, which I did when I started. Obviously, I think everyone goes through this phase,
Yeah.
especially because I come from a Brahmin South Indian family, and there's this, thing that you should be very disciplined, right? Very, very disciplined with bindi, with your hair plaited, being the perfect girl kid, especially. I mean, I
Mm,
won't say there's a lot that's going on with my family and I don't have very much restrictions, but when I am genuinely going to, get into media, be an influencer, stand up for a cause, there was a lot going on.
Mm,
Obviously, there was this thing which people started saying that I wouldn't be continuing this as a long time thing, and I would rather drop it out when I lose interest, which
mm,
wasn't the case because I did figure out that I have a lot of interest towards what I was doing. Even though I might, genuinely not be interviewing people my whole entire life, I am very, very 100% sure that I know that I want to work on this cause. There was a lot of people who judged. I didn't tell my friends only. That was like very embarrassing when they found out. But I was just insecure to tell people that I was, having a YouTube channel and I was writing a
mm.
book and, I represented government of Tamil Nadu as a nutrition ambassador, even though I'm not this person who goes around talking about how I'm this extraordinary kid, which I'm not, in school and all, take the credit and all, but I just deep down know that I would accept me as myself, the work I'm doing, because if someone comes and asks me that you're a change maker, you talk about menstruation, you're open talking about adolescence and all, I'm like, yes, I'm proud of myself that I'm doing that. I've taken up this cause. I represent Government of Tamil Nadu under ICDS as a young nutrition ambassador, and I'm privileged to having set do campaigns and awareness sessions on menstruation.
Yeah, Hasini, that's something which you believe in and which I think everyone learns from a person like you. And especially, it's very motivating to know that no, don't be on the fence. Like you have dreams, but everybody thinks of doing something, but you have to take action. Like do it and just let it be. Come jump in the pool or jump in the sea, as they say. Coming to a question which I have genuinely wanted to ask you is, you have met so many young people and you have interviewed and you are constantly meeting young people. Any anecdote or any person or anybody whom you met through your interview which stayed in your mind, or like this is somebody whom I will always remember, whom I interviewed, anyone which stands out, something like that you can like.
This is such a difficult question because it's like picking one of your,
Yeah,
one of the
and
flavors
all our
in
favorite.
100, 100 options of ice cream. Okay, so I mean, I am not the only person who've accomplished. I took inspiration from the people whom I
Yeah.
interviewed, and here, I mean, it's obvious that these people are too inspiring. So I would say every story is inspiring. It stays up to my mind till date. But one is this girl from a very unknown village in Pudukkottai. This is where the villagers don't even have washrooms. They have to use the nearby, forest locality to poop, and, also for their food and all. India is still trying to civilize from that, if you're aware.
Yeah.
Poverty is still a challenge which they're coming over. So, from this, she belongs to this locality. She doesn't have a dad, unfortunately. Her mom is physically challenged. I'm sorry, mentally challenged, if I'm right.
Okay.
She has a
Mm.
brother on top of this, a little one. So she herself looks after the family, educates herself, not only her, but her brother, and also looks after her medication for her mother. On top of all this, she attended an online exam, borrowing a phone from from someone. She made it through, and she made it as the second person through worldwide, applications, and she got an opportunity to visit NASA. Mhm.
Wow,
Yes.
that's really amazing.
If you
Yes.
recognize her or if you don't, her name is Jaya Lakshmi. Very, very inspirational. I got to meet her when I published my book. I also wrote about her in my first book.
Absolutely. This is what I wanted. Like somebody, you meet some people in your throughout your life whom you cannot forget ever, or something which is really, really challenging. You have to ask you, this is something which I ask every youth whenever they are doing something, that the support of your parents are very important. If they at any one point of time say that no, stop this is not going to fetch anything, follow academics, be somebody, and then do what you want to do. Everybody wants a safe path for their children. I'm sure they have good things in heart, but do they know what these today's people want? So what would be that thing which you want to tell the parents? I'm sure, and you can talk about your parents. I'm not sure that there's no fault of any side, not teen, not there is nothing. This is just that the bridging of gap. So when the teens tell what the parents got to listen through this channel, I'm sure it resonates with them. So what would you say about the role of parents in a teenage journey to achieve something at a young age?
Very important. Very, very important.
Yes.
Um, you know, just to, highlight how my parents have supported me, first off. My dad has been very experimental throughout his life. And I mean, he didn't have this silver spoon to get into where he was. He obviously went through a lot. And he's this very enthusiastic person who could connect to a lot of people. So when he saw me that I was too enthusiastic and hyperactive, he knew that I was nevertheless him. So when I told him that I wanted to do something during pandemic, he opened my thoughts. He sat me down, he talked with me, and he
Wow.
just told me that this is what you could potentially do. I mean, there's a room of opportunities, and obviously, it's a very mature decision for a parent to let your kid into social media.
That's true.
um, my dad asked me to choose LinkedIn over Instagram.
Oh,
Just, so, I mean, it basically explains itself. But it's just that they have never restricted from me to do things, though there is this code of conduct that
yeah, that should be
uh,
there. There's nothing
that
wrong in
should
that.
be there. That 200% should be there. And every parent plays a role, both mentally and physically, in every child's life, apart from getting them get their grades and educating them. That isn't the only duty, right? Especially when your kid goes through this teenage phase, I definitely think there is this, more than the adult supervision, there is this thing where you have to sit and talk with them, because uh, a lot of teens today go through depressions. I don't know if this is funny or if this is concerning, but you should definitely, at least ask them what's going on, even if you can't provide them a solution, because they themselves have to get out of it. Someone has to help them. Someone can't force them to get out of it, if that makes any sense. So,
And it's not to be like brushed under the carpet. Oh no, you will get over it. It's nothing. Okay, it happens.
yeah, you
Most
can't really, feel what they're going through, because they themselves are trying to figure out what they're going through. So just sit them down and help them out. Don't restrict them. Even if you never know what they're interested in or what
mm,
they want to do. So I would rather, all parents in today's world, I'm pretty sure most of them are very supportive. So
mm,
another responsibility with kids should have is open up to parents. That's very
mm,
important. Because
mm,
if parents, either they have to force their kid to talk out, which is never
mm,
going to happen in India, at least, because I don't think, there's a lot of parents who invest time in their child. So please do that. I mean, at least, have general conversations on what they prefer doing, and in turn suggest on what's best for them to do. And let
mm,
them take the decision, guide them. Don't
mm,
influence them, is what I'm
mm.
trying to explain. So morely be like a guiding force rather than an influencing person on your kids.
And also, something which beautifully you said is that don't force in your influence. Like, what happens is most of the time, parents, what they could not achieve or what they dreamt of for their life,
Yeah.
that as resonate with their kids. Okay, I couldn't do
It's
it,
still happening.
or maybe they
It's
don't
still
want to
happening.
go. Yeah, it happens. It happens
I'm
everywhere. But that's the thing which need to take a backseat, and the rest, I think, as you said,
mm,
that influence them is better than suggestions. They don't take suggestions well. You have to give them certain subtle hints. If you force, they'll go the other way around. That I've seen with my kid.
yeah.
Yeah.
And also, kids should have this responsibility of saying a no when they know that this isn't their particular interest.
My next question will make you think, I think.
Mhm.
Supposing you have to go back, you are in school, but supposing you have one day in your school where you can change one thing in the education system in your school, what would that be?
Quite frankly, I love my school. I don't know why. But, and
I'm
also
not
I
talking
have to
about your
mention
school. I'm like education
school
system.
educational system. Okay. Um, so I'm not comparing, but my school tries to offer everything that they could to support extracurriculars of a student. But I'm pretty sure a lot of schools, focus on the academics rather than, extracurriculums. And parents also do, because is first priority, I understand.
Huh. Hmm.
But helping a student figuring out what they are most interested in is also one big responsibility of a school and a parent. So I really wish if students and schools can, help a student figure out what their best interests are and give them some career counseling, so that they can
At a
select
young
what they want to
age.
do.
Correct.
Yes, because I see a lot of my seniors who still clueless on what they want to do after their boards. So
Absolutely.
that
Hmm.
because this has to come to an end, because there's a lot of people who go for engineering. It's too overrated right now. But
And it's a
I
waste.
mean,
They
I'm
don't
not.
enjoy it. Yeah. It's a waste of that critical time when they can do so
Yeah.
much. I know you have written a book, The First Step,
Yes.
but if you have to write a book on yourself, what would be the title of that book?
Oh, that has to. I mean, it's again a difficult question. I've not really thought about it, but if I have to write an autobiography on myself, I would probably name it, If All of Us Have the Same Neurology, if it's possible for others, it's possible.
Yes.
So
Okay.
it more likely goes like a tagline, but something related to this. All of us have the same neurology. If it is possible for others, it's possible for you and me as well. So that would
Oh, yeah,
probably
that would
be
be the great tagline, the last line. If it's possible for others, it's possible for me.
useful for
Why
you.
not? Yeah, lovely. I think that's amazing. Uh, I wish to see in long run your autobiography with this title. Let's see. It's a seed which I
Thank you.
planted right now. Okay.
Hopefully.
So where do you see yourself 20 years from now? Doing what? What is your ideal vision like you have in your mind? I would be. What would that be?
Bossy woman who's always busy working, being a millionaire and working on youth empowerment. If I
Oh,
okay, it's not that I've always wanted to do business. I don't know why, because maybe it's my genes. I get it from my dad. But I have always wanted to pursue entrepreneurship as a career. So that, and I would probably be working on youth empowerment, as I already said. So I would build a youth community. uh, I mean, more wise and large than what I have already done. I think I've started. There's a long run, but I'm pretty sure I
you
will
see,
eventually
you
get there.
see the growth in the same line. You
Yes.
see yourself
Yeah.
as somebody in the world making influencing youth and doing something for them big.
I hope so. And
Amazing.
I want to be a very good inspirational speaker, because
Yes,
that's what I've always dreamed of being. So more TED
true.
Talks,
Yeah,
more
that
inspiration, more motivation.
absolutely. You will, no doubt about it. One gift you have to give, one same gift to everybody in the world. What would that be?
One gift that I have to give to everyone in the world. My smile. If that helps
Your,
them, I'm sorry. I don't
yeah,
get the
yeah.
question.
Why not? Why not? Yeah, it's okay. Any gift, anything. It can be any thought, any message, anything. So you want to say that?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
here I am. See,
One message. Okay, so I thought a
not
gift, so I
message,
thought
not
it should be
message. It's a
physical.
gift. It's a gift. To
Okay,
gift
got
of
it.
something. Like gift of
Uh,
dash dash. I think
so
you nailed it. You
I
said, yeah, you said it. You said that I will give myself to everybody.
my
I'm there.
smile is what
My
I
smile.
was named after a movie. Hasini basically means laughter. So I've been told that my smile knowingly or unknowingly
Yeah.
comforts people. So I would probably give my smile as a gift to everyone.
No,
If
that's
you've been
amazing.
having a if you've been having a bad day or a lot to think about, chill.
A smile. People need smile every day. People need to see good smile to start the day. And why not patent your smile for everybody?
Thank you.
All
I
right, good.
seriously didn't think about it. It just came out of me. So I'm sorry if that's a little inappropriate
No,
or
absolutely
immature.
fine. Nothing is inappropriate. It is perfect. It's a perfect gift. I wouldn't have thought about it
Thank
either.
you.
It's so beautiful. You have to take three people to dinner from anywhere in the world. Three people you can take to dinner. Who would those three people be and where would you go?
Okay. That's a lot. Okay.
Yes.
One person whom I've already met who's been my inspiration for ages. Sujit sir, Sujit Kumar, he is the founder of the Matram Foundation. So he helps people who can't afford education, the right people, the people who deserve, and he funds their education. And then probably, okay, I know, Iron Lady of Pakistan, very big inspiration again. Her, my sister, she's a toddler. She's 5 years old, but I'm pretty sure she has a lot to say to everyone. I would take her because she is very very responsible being a 5 year old, and also she has a lot to say whenever she meets people, and she's ideally not the 5 year old she's supposed to be. She's someone very much older than her age, so I'd probably take her. We would probably go to some MUN conference. I don't know why, because that's so weird. I've been so into MUN lately, being in teenage phase. uh, I would probably choose UNHRC because
Very
that's
good.
something I've been
Very.
wanting to work
Any one issue, global issue, which comes to your mind, which is very, very important for Gen Z?
on. Age barrier.
Age.
And
Okay.
also, yeah, one another issue which I'd like to address is there's this thing where you judge people, and there's a lot that's going on with Gen Zs currently. So I would rather
Yes.
say, I mean, we could at least appreciate. We don't have to help when someone is trying to accomplish something. We could actually, at least appreciate them for what they've been doing. And also this thing where they figure out what they want to do at a young age, because it helps. You don't have to
Mm,
start out young, because every bud takes its own time to bloom. I understand that. But you can at least realize what you want to do so that you don't get confused, and you realize in a later part of your life that you wanted to choose another field rather than this. Because there's a lot of people that I see that they regretted when they're in their 40s and 30s, that they wanted to do something entirely unrelated and different from what they've been currently doing. So have a clear vision. One is one problem which
you
teenagers
think?
have to realize, and adults will have to put it out, and invest this into teens minds.
Mm, got
Secondly
it.
is age barrier. Age is just a number. It is a social issue as far as I've seen, because there is a lot of opportunities which are being missed out. And I'm pretty sure a lot of teens are out there who capable of getting a work done more than what an adult could probably do. So reach out to them, or they will reach out to you. So just ensure that you help them.
So we are end of our talk, and then this is the part where I ask you to name some favorite books of yours, and any
Cool.
movie that inspires you, anything you want to share with the youth audience.
If you're also into entrepreneurship, you should read this book called You Too Can. So this
Okay.
is basically where, Prakash Iyer, he's the author. He features 20 stories of vast, entrepreneurs who are very successful. So their stories are in there.
Okay, okay,
Secondly,
great.
my idol, Gaur
Gaur
Gopal Das.
Gopal.
I'm sorry.
Gopal Das
Yeah.
is every youth's favorite. Every
Truly,
youth's
truly.
go-to person is Gaur Gopal Das. Wow.
Yes, I'm yet to read his second book, but Life's Amazing Secrets is totally amazing. And teen books, finally. I'm sure all of you would have read it already, but It Starts With Us is an amazing book. It's actually a sequel to the first part. It ends with us. So this is this beautiful love romance story of a girl called Lily.
Thank you so much, Hasini, for being here today. And it has been an interview which I don't want to finish. I want to continue talking to you. It's been a pleasure. I didn't at all feel that I'm talking to a 14. So I believe, no, you are how old now? You are now
14, yeah, running 15, but 14.
15. Yeah. So age is not a barrier at all for our conversation, and we were on the same page. I hope you enjoyed this as much
I
as I
really
did.
do.
Your last words, last thoughts.
I mean, it's always better being on the other side. I'm the host, on gendered circumstances. But, this was unlikely to usual interviews, very, very exciting just because I get to be myself and not more
Correct.
of the person who I am in my professional side. So it was very exciting. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And for the listeners, I hope you got some positivity and
Absolutely.
you enjoyed this conversation. So thank you. Thank you
As
again. Have a good day.
you get to ask me one question, what would that question be?
I
Yes.
I was excited for this part actually. So I have one question for you. I mean, a pretty simple one. Just because when we started, you told me that you wanted to get, a more understanding of what youths today are, what change makers are. So I would like to know your understanding of what today's youth are, because you've been analyzing this factor
Absolutely.
since a
Okay.
long time, and now that you get to interview people, how does it feel? Like, what are your, you know a vision, or what do you think about when I see the word teens and youth of today?
Mm. I've been working with teens a lot, but when you speak one on one to any person like you who has achieved a lot, and somebody who has dreams of achieving a lot, after all, they all are in the same age bracket. They all talk about the same things, their ambition, their passion. But one thing which I learned from everybody, the underlying fact is that they all are looking for that mental, it's a very, very important thing. When we say depression, I don't want to use that word. I think mental well-being comes across as a common thread among all youth. They all are talking about mental health. Mental health is important, how they seek help slow early now if it's a problem, how some of them did not realize what they were going through and it became late for them, but each one in their own way. I'm so glad that this awareness is there in youth, which was not there in the previous generation. That yes, it is not normal. Something is not right with me, and I need to open up, I need to talk. The more, the earlier they realize this, better for everybody. And that's something I've learned, that this is a very, very important thread, common thread.
I mean, that was very beautifully put up. And as you said, there is a lot of people who has to realize that a lot of people need help, even though they look pleasant and happy and they've been doing a lot. So yes.
Throughout the interview you have come across as somebody who has a very solid foundation, and you have a
Thank
vision.
you.
It's not going to go anywhere. It's going to be there with you forever, because you have identified that one purpose in your life which people struggle throughout their life to get that, and you are blessed to have it at such an early age.
Thank you so
uh,
much.
Thank you, and thank you for being here. And not only that, please connect me to youth who are like you, whom I can
I
interview.
would love to. I would.
This is absolutely a platform for everybody. Thank you so much, Hasini, and thanks to my viewers who have been subscribing and who have been commenting on each interview that they are loving what we are getting it every we're getting for you every week. Keep watching, keep smiling, and raising voices and raising spirits is the mantra of this channel. Thank you, everybody. Bye bye. Bye, Hasini.